Ramparts of Ice feels like a cresting wave these days. Each new episode does a fantastic job of compounding the momentum and development of the entry before it, making the story feel equal parts exciting and alive. I mean it when I say that while there are some really awesome romances this season, none keep me riveted quite like Ramparts of Ice. And this story hasn't even really waded into true romantic waters yet. The beginning, middle, and end of why this anime is so great is its characters. I've never seen a show claim to have 4 main characters, and then actually make them all feel equally important until this one. It feels like some sort of forbidden storytelling technique, locked away due to its unimaginable power. Koyuki, Miki, Minato, and Yota are complicated in the ways that they think and the ways that they act. Looking at just one of them lets you appreciate how much thought went into why they are the way that they are. The real magic, though, is when the show throws multiple of them together and lets the sparks fly. The most recent couple of episodes really take the opportunity to do this, revealing more and more about these rich characters. So, what makes Ramparts of Ice's friends so uniquely complex? And how does this create relationships that are infinitely more compelling than the simple labels of friendship or romance? Ramparts of Ice relishes in shades of gray. Look no further than episode 7, where we finally get some backstory on Yota. His story on its own is more thoughtful and nuanced than some entire romance anime I've seen. His mother passed away, and his dad retreated into his work. Before Yota knew it though, his dad married a younger woman and had children with her. Seeing his father be so present with this new family when he was so absent with just Yota creates an unimaginable feeling of distance. Yota is not angry at his dad for having a life after his mom, but his loneliness is powerful. And at such a young age, these feelings of frustration turning inward makes all too much sense. Do you see what I'm saying about this being special? This situation is hard to grapple with, but Ramparts of Ice manages to give it its full weight without any wasted time. It's show, don't tell at its best. Each line of dialogue from Yota slicing to the point like a surgeon. But it doesn't end there. As I said earlier, the magic is what happens when the other characters get involved. Here, Koyuki is the one who will connect with Yota. Her parents are divorced, and the experience made her feel like her dad didn't really care about her. This doubt of that familial love led Koyuki to question whether anyone really loved her, caused her to withdraw entirely from others. These two situations are not the same, but some of the feelings elicited by them overlap. Koyuki overcomes her doubts and reaches out to Yota, but she doesn't overstep. She merely lets him know that she's there for him. Yota sees this kindness and is brave enough to open up to her. She validates his feelings and offers up a perspective that helped her with her own feelings of loneliness and abandonment. Koyuki admired Yota for his strength and stoicism, and now that's revealed to be coming from a place of hurt and fear. But this doesn't put up a rift between them. It instead allows real love, real friendship to grow. It's just spectacular storytelling, not afraid to tackle difficult situations and think about how we grow and change as a result of them. As Yota says, the kindness of others is slowly seeping into my heart, which I think is the perfect way to describe love in this anime. Episode 8 pivots to looking at Miki. She's been living a double life since starting high school, attempting to leave behind her brasher natural personality in favor of a gentler, more feminine character. Surprisingly, it went swimmingly at first, but cracks are finally beginning to show. When she snaps at some other girls in class over being asked about who she likes, things really start to fall apart. Miki has been suffocating her real self and is just starting to feel the effects. But like most things in this show, it's not just as simple as pulling the mask off and loving life. Miki became this way because there were parts of how she acted in middle school that she also didn't like. She's scared of hurting others without meaning to, of saying or doing the wrong thing. Of course, what she can't see is that she's already changed, already grown up since then, and that a personality is not an all or nothing ordeal. I love how all of Miki's friends step up for her in this moment. Yota is able to be there for her as a friend without any romantic pretenses, and help her to realize that her real self is just as deserving of love as her high school mask. Minato speaks to her friends, but doesn't overstep. All he does is reaffirm what they all already knew. Miki is a good person. Koyuki offers up the most direct advice, not convinced that any real friends would ever make you not be yourself. All three of them offer up perspectives that are perfectly colored by who we know them to be. But of course, no one can give Miki the answers about what she should do except herself, and her decision to open up to her other friends is so fitting for her specifically. Miki is loud and clumsy, but she loves her friends more than anything else. The seed of this conflict was planted all the way back in episode 1, but it only came to fruition now. More importantly, this is the right time for it. Ramparts of Ice is an ever-evolving story, juggling its 4 main characters with precise timing and not being afraid to let them change. Miki's new hair is the perfect representation of this. Ramparts of Ice is a really special anime. I know that sounds obvious at this point, but I think this is starting to approach a different level of importance to me. The characters have real backstories that feel underexplored by the genre at large, and their interactions with each other are so interesting and well thought out. Maybe most importantly too, the writing is just perfect. The most recent weeks feel like 20 straight minutes of that pen on fire meme, each friend perfectly riding the line between saying the right thing and being themselves. It's electric, and has been snowballing for a number of weeks now. I remember around episode 3 is when it well and truly hooked me, and I feel like each new section is another step up from the last. At the core of it all are the characters, the true starting and ending points of Ramparts of Ice. I can't wait to see what they have to say next. And that ends today's episode of Love and Anime. I hope you enjoyed. This is not a show that I can stop raving about. The feeling of it getting better by the week is almost surreal. If it somehow keeps this pace up, I really think it's turning into a top 3 contender. If you enjoyed the video today and like video essays about romance, anime, and romance anime, liking and subscribing helps a ton and will keep you in the loop, as does hitting the hype button on the mobile app. I'm Slam Anime, and I'll see you next time.